beautiful piece by Mr. Cyrus McNeil. Can we please give him another round of applause? Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome all parents, donors, and families to BUY-Cobb's annual Student Recognition Breakfast. My name is Reglee Swan, and I'm a senior at McEachern High School. I also have the honor on being today's Master of Ceremonies. Before I introduce this year's theme, I would like to ask everyone to look at the person on your left. Now, could everybody please look to the person on your right? Now, none of that had anything to do with my presentation. I just wanted to make sure I had your attention. Now, let's talk about this year's theme. Last year, it was building blocks of success. The year before that, it was starting strong, staying strong, and finishing strong. This year's theme is voice. Voice stands for vision, organization, integrity, communication, and execution. I also like to think of this acronym as steps to finding your voice and how to use it effectively and efficiently. Here to elaborate more on this year's theme is North Cobb's very own Zion Fitch and BUY-Cobb's student body president, followed by two more speeches presented by Miss Erin Minley and Mr. Jair Quigley. So now, will you please welcome me in joining BUY-Cobb student body president, Mr. Zion Fitch.
Welcome to our 2019 Spring Recognition Breakfast. My name is Zion Fitch, and I am the student body president of our BUY-Cobb Leadership Academy. I am a senior at North Cobb High School and plan to attend the University of Missouri in the fall. Thank you. I want to first thank you all for coming out to this event. Each and every one of you has played an intricate role in this community and this program, and for that I want to thank you. So please give yourselves a round of applause. This year, we focused on the theme and acronym VOICE when empowering our students. Vision. Where will you be in 5 years? What is your personal vision? What is your targeted destination? For our students, where will you be at the end of this program? We're learning that if you have no vision, your life is like a ship without rudder. You're not creating, building, or bettering the world around you. You're simply existing in it. And at BUY-Cobb, we don't just exist. We don't wait for opportunity to come towards us. We run towards opportunity. See, vision is not just something you see with 2 eyes. It's something you feel in your heart when you think about your dream. It's something you feel in your entire being. It's what keeps you flowing and pumping for your vision. Organization. Are all your pieces in order? Do you have an organized roadmap for your vision? An unorganized plan is no plan at all. And a vision without a plan is just a wish. And this is not Disneyland. There is no magic genie that will appear out of a lantern. There is no witch or wizard. There is no fairy godmother to grant you 3 wishes. No, your vision will only come through with an organized plan that you create for yourself. Integrity. While success will come and go like a revolving door, integrity is forever. The fast way, the cheap way, or the dishonest way may seem to be easier, and they get you where you want faster. Wrong. They give you a false view of where you believe you want to be. See, as you go to success's front door and you go to put in the keys, the locks will change. Taking shortcuts will get you to success's front door every time, but never inside. Not cutting corners may seem longer, but in the end, it will prove to be more fruitful. Communication is key. It is crucial to communicate effectively in order to achieve your goals. Communicating your vision will help you organize your plan with integrity and at the end, follow through with execution. Execution. You have to take the first steps to starting your journey to see it unfold. Things do not magically happen for you. Usain Bolt did not magically wake up and run a 9.58-second 100-meter dash at the 2009 championships in Berlin. He executed his plan day in and day out. His vision is now something that we see, respect, and marvel at. The students you see before you here today are all students with a vision and the process of execution. We've all committed to coming early at 8 a.m. on Saturday mornings, every Saturday. I'm stumbling, sorry. We've all committed to coming in on the third Sunday of each month at 8 a.m. as a part of our journey to execute our plan. I, as a young African-American male, have decided to use my plan and to use my voice to follow my vision with organization, integrity, use communication, and execute to get there. Now, will you use yours? Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Erin Minley. I am in the 9th grade at Maynard Jackson High School, and I have been honored to serve as this year's student secretary. Our theme this year is Voice, V-O-I-C-E. Throughout this year, BUY-Cobb has taught us how to use our individual as well as our collective voices. We recognize that we are the future change agents of the world. We've learned that where there is vision, there will be provision. We must be visionaries who embody the skills to lead, to engage others along the journey. Using our voices with integrity is important. This means we must possess strong morals and principles and be honest and truthful leaders. According to Oprah Winfrey, real integrity is doing the right thing, knowing that nobody is going to know whether you did it or not. Also, remember that communication is key. You can't lead if no one understands you. According to the author Paul J. Meyer, communication, the human connection, the key to personal and career success. Without good communication, you cannot achieve execution. And if you can't execute, then what's the point? Today, there are committed voices of both the past and the present that have inspired me to lead and pursue the course that I have set for myself. As BUY-Cobb youth leaders, we not only understand what it means to use our voice, but we also know the dangers in not executing our vision. The students of BUY-Cobb wake up early on Saturday mornings and participate in other activities throughout the year to learn how to use our voices. This is our training ground, which breeds some of the brightest leaders of all times. Not that I'm biased or anything like that. Like the greatest of all times, Muhammad Ali stated, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live your life as a champion." With the assistance of BUY-Cobb and your support, we are on our way to becoming champions. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jair Quigley. I attend Hillgrove High School, and I'm in the 11th grade. I would like to read you a quote by Amy Anderson, a great writer and speaker. "Success may come and go, but integrity is forever. Integrity means doing the right thing in all circumstances, whether you're being watched or not. Building the reputation for integrity can take years, but only a second to lose. So you should never put yourself in a position that would damage your integrity. We, the millennial generation, should be utilizing our voices to the mass, expressing what the right thing to do is in all circumstances. Our voices mean something in this generation, and politics have shown that just in the last election. All they were talking about during voting was what we, the millennial generation, were doing and what we, the millennial generation, were saying. When the Parkland shooting occurred in Florida, social media connected thousands of youth across the nation, telling us how we should protest and do walkouts in school. Thousands of youth also went to the nation's capital in Washington, D.C., and placed thousands of shoes on the White House lawn, representing the students who died in the shootings, not only in the schools, but across the country. The purpose? To speak out, to use our voices in all aspects of our lives for protection of the youth and against gun violence. There are many examples that I could have continued to use. However, the point, we were born with a gift of voice that allows an array of tone to travel through our windpipes and expel sound. We need to use our voice in all aspects of our lives with integrity and resilience, and use our voice to stand strong, build character, and move with a purpose. Now I ask you, what are you going to do with your integrity? Thank you.
What wonderful speeches. Can we please give them another round of applause? Up next, we have the recognition of special guests, followed by 3 more presentations from Christopher Brazil, BUY-Cobb's Vice President, Alan Anthony, and Jessica Adim.
Good morning. It's great to see all of you this morning. My name is Bill Cheeks, and I'm a member of the BUY-Cobb board. And I'm here to recognize our guests this morning, and it is so good to see all of you, and we are just so excited about today. You cannot do these events without major sponsors. And our title sponsor, platinum sponsor, is Wellstar. And we have an advisory board member of Wellstar, Walter Robinson. Walter, would you please stand? Thank you for helping us to get Wellstar. We will have some representatives from Wellstar here later. And she moved from her table, I guess trying to confuse me, to the Wellstar table. But this lady has been just a great supporter of ours for many, many, many years, and that is Judge Adele Grubbs. And then I was surprised this morning when I saw this gentleman and his wife arrive, our former governor for the state of Georgia, Roy Barnes, and his wife, Marie. And again, they have been great, great supporters, again, of BUY-Cobb. And then we have Justice Benham. He is here every year, and he brings this young lady with him on annually. Also, Judge Benham and his wife, thank you all for being here. We also have a good friend of mine who used to be busy, and I could never get him on the phone, but now I'm able to reach him on my first call. Former Cobb County manager David Hankerson, and also folks from Cobb County, because Cobb County is a great supporter, and they actually purchased 3 different tables. But please look at the program. You will see our sponsors and supporters on the program. Would like to recognize a few other people. This gentleman has become a great friend, great supporter. He is the Marietta School Superintendent, Dr. Grant Rivera. Would you stand, please? And he thought this event was so important to youth, he brought his father out. So now I know exactly why he is such a great leader after meeting his father this morning. Every year we have a recognition and an award given for Winston Strickland, dear, dear friend of mine, and we are delighted again to have his wife, his daughter, and granddaughter here. So Rose, Monique, Janae, would you all please stand? Thank you all for being here. I want to close by asking parents of the BUY-Cobb students if you would stand. Parents of this year's BUY-Cobb students. Number one, we want to thank you for trusting your students with us this one Saturday per month. And we also want to thank you for supporting them and getting them out and getting them here early this morning, because many of us have been here since 6 o'clock or before this morning. So thank you for all you do, and students, thank you, and this is special recognition to you.
Good morning. My name is Christopher Brazil, and I'm a senior at Hillgrove High School. As BUY-Cobb's student vice president, I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to share my message with you all this morning. I'm not sharing this message just to seem wise or just to impress you all, but I'm sharing this message because I feel like it can be very useful to most of us, or even all of us in here. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, brother, another speech given by by a kid who think they can tell us something that we never heard before. Well, you have heard it before. Maybe once, twice, 100, even 1,000 times. And today is going to be your 1,001st time. But the reason why I'm sharing this message is because I feel like it's a reoccurring issue that I see in kids, teenagers, and even adults in America. Now, like me, you, and everybody else, we all have plenty of opportunities throughout our lives, no matter how big and small they were, from being the next president, or next greatest athlete, doctor, or to just being able to wake up in the morning, go to school, or go to work. However, all of these opportunities require some sort of effort, some sort of dedication and commitment to achieve. And as for me as a senior, it took me a minute to realize that I was been blessed with many opportunities, but I didn't put in enough effort to achieve them. Now, I played football since I was in 2nd grade. However, I have lacked a little bit. And I felt like if I wasn't lacking, that I would have had a chance to become an All-American athlete. Really. I really felt like I had that opportunity. However, I didn't do enough. I didn't do everything that was necessary to achieve it. I worked out, but not every day. I ate healthy, but I let sweets get the best of me. And I could use my injuries, like I did dislocate my wrist, have a bone bruise in my hip, even pull my hamstring. But I was blessed with enough physical therapy to recover from those injuries. Now, some of those reasons may be valid reasons. However, after taking some time to think, I realized they're just excuses. And like most, even all of us in here, maybe it's been a time where we couldn't achieve something because we thought that there was a valid reason or there was something that was stopping us from achieving it, when really it could have just been an excuse. Now, I do understand this is not always the case. There are some times where there's really literally nothing you can do. However, I feel that if we could just take some time out of our day to just think about this issue or think about this problem that's stopping us from doing what we want to do, we will realize that this valid reason is just another excuse. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Alan Anthony, and I am currently a junior attending Campbell High School. When I think about the art of finding your own voice, I often reflect on what is necessary to make sure the voice you present to the world is truly your own voice. As young people, we represent our families, our schools, and even our peer groups such as the BUY-Cobb Leadership Academy. But as we live our individual lives, we must work hard to execute our own plans. By breaking barriers, I am the first male in my generation to chair at Campbell. My team, we work hard together for long hours, and we do this because we have to represent my school in a positive manner and rise to the top of competitions. When developing our independent voices, we must decide to lead, to follow, or to get out of the way. I choose to be a leader. My voice could have an amazing impact to encourage and inspire others. If I say good morning, it could have a positive effect on someone who needed the extra support. Sometimes I make the decision to use my voice to keep pushing and not give up, while at the same time encouraging my team to keep moving forward. Being the only male in the squad, my only hope is that I can encourage other males to follow in my footsteps. By preparing for our future, we can use our own voice instead of wasting valuable time. It's been said that people who value time are often doing something valuable with their time. It takes conditioning to succeed in life. This is my 4th year participating in the BUY-Cobb Leadership Academy. Here, I have received instructions on leadership, communication, etiquette, finances, and how to make a good personal decision, among other things. Those things have helped me to plan for my future and to determine what I want to do to help the world move on. With my voice, I want to encourage others to build them up and not tear them down. Every voice has power. My only question is, what will you do with yours? Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jessica Jim, and I'm a 7th grader at Floyd Middle School. I find that age is sometimes a factor in whether or not a person's voice is heard. One might think that because of my young age, that I don't have anything of importance to say. However, this would be very wrong to assume. Everyone, no matter how old or how young, has value and their voice should be heard. My vision is to ultimately contribute to the world to make it a better place. In order for me to do this, I need the ability to organize something so great that leaves a positive mark on history that cannot be erased. I need to show integrity no matter who is watching me. I must learn to effectively communicate and, in the end, execute my plan no matter the obstacles that come my way. I may be young, not be able to drive or vote, but it does not mean that I do not have value nor determination. One thing that I know is that I won't be young forever. I can still use my voice in any area, and if I start practicing now, I can only get better and more will listen. In order for me to be an effective leader, I need to do something that many can't do: communicate with confidence. Today, I'd like to use my voice to make a change. In the news, we see children dying, our brothers and sisters being shot and killed for no reason, religious wars in different countries, and political division right here in good old America. And us humans destroying communities out of greed. From the outside looking in, I imagine the world looking like a big rock in space full of hate. Many people have lost hope in peace, but I have not. Long ago, before I was even born, there was the Vietnam War. People either wanted to promote hate or promote peace. The ones that promoted peace were young people, not as young as me, but the same age as some of the seniors in our program. If they could stop a war of hate, imagine what we can do with all of our voices united to reach the adults in power. I want you to look at yourself, no matter how old or how young, and see what you can do to make a change on this world. I really feel like my voice has been valued this morning. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I'm Kieran McBeard, and I go to Marietta Sixth Grade Academy. And this morning I'll be leading us in prayer. Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, bless everyone gathered here today to celebrate the youth of BUY-Cobb Incorporated. We are blessed and thankful for the time Dr. Johnson and many volunteers gave us to make us better people and leaders. Their kind words and loving deeds inspired us to move toward our goals with determination and focus. We are grateful for the opportunity to speak our voices in a positive way. Lord, may we continue to live in your friendship and harmony with others. Please bless the food that we are about to eat, those who prepared it, and those who served it. Grant that all who eat it may be strong in body and go in your love. We praise you and give you glory through Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to make a presentation today as I reflect back on the time over the years. Somebody asked, how long have we been doing this? I hate to admit it, but I was there when we first started talking about it. And for those of you who remember Winston Strickland, I was sitting in the barber's chair, and Winston Strickland was telling us what we were going to do the rest of our lives. And it's because of that was the beginning of this first breakfast. And of course, his wife Rose and granddaughter are here this morning, but we do want to acknowledge what Winston Strickland started out almost a quarter of a century ago, and it has grown to this, and we want to thank the Strickland family for what they've done. The first award will be given as the Community Service Award. This award represents the contributions that have been made by Winston Strickland over a number of years. But not only did Winston Strickland work to create this award, he worked to create a lot of things here in Cobb County, Bartow County, and all over Northwest Georgia. But the Community Service Award is given to a person who has performed above and beyond the call of duty. The young man who's going to be represented with this award is one that I have known for a number of years, and now I want to apprise you of what went into this award. It's about giving back to your community, and it's about sacrificing for your community and helping those throughout the community perform in a leadership capacity. The person being recognized this morning, is a person I've known all of his career, a lawyer, a community servant, and one who has made sacrifices over a number of years. He happened to have gone to law school at the University of Georgia some years ago, and since that time, he's helped many people over the number of years. The award goes to a longtime friend, Governor Roy Barnes. Would you come up, Governor?
Well, first, let me thank all of you for participating in this program. Robert is right. Winston Strickland told us what to do, and this is a result of what we were to do for years. Strick was like my brother. I saw him every day. I always got up early, and he got up early, and he would bring me coffee and a sausage and biscuit about 6 o'clock in the morning at the office. And then Strick had one of these styrofoam coolers, you know. He'd put a thing that he could carry it around his neck, and he would go all through the courthouse selling them for $1 a piece. And as he went around and talked to the judges and the prosecutors, there was some kid somewhere that he was going to take care of and talk to him and make sure that they had a second chance. I told Strick one time that he had represented more people than I had. And when he needed somebody to stand up with a kid, he'd come get me and says, now I've got this worked out, but he needs a lawyer just to stand up there. But that was the kind of fellow that Winston Strickland was. And it is the reason that we have a community here this morning, black and white, that lives in this community, support each other in this community, and makes it a better place to live. So Strick, thank you, and God bless you.
I was up a little earlier making some introductions, and at that time I did talk about WellStar, and since then Dr. Mary Chapman has come in, and we wanted to recognize you and thank you for your support and WellStar's support. So thank you for being here. And I've seen a few other people since that time. Would Jareen Grimes, the president of NAACP, and we have a long-term person recognized as Miss NAACP in Cobb County, Miss Deanne Bonner. Also, we have Reverend Eric Beckham from Zion, senior pastor, Zion Baptist Church. And we also, you'll hear about an award, the Willie Hill Award, and I'm so happy to see Mrs. Hill, Nellie Hill, Willie's wife here. Thank you for being here. Now, I would like to present an award to a gentleman that I don't know personally, but I talked to some people and asked about this gentleman. I understand he's South Cobb High School. He was not able to come today, but he just has a passion for young people. We have a program. It's other than the Leadership Academy. It's called the Young Aces there at South Cobb High School. And he is the coordinator of this program and has been for a number of years and has done just a phenomenal job. His name is Robert Bird. As I said, he's not here, but I understand someone from South Cobb and even some students are here to come up to receive the award. Now, Governor Barnes, you actually, I don't know why he said you got the Strickland Award, but you actually got the award in his name, Justice Benham Award, that he presented to you. I'm presenting the Winston Strickland Award now to the Robert Bird. It's in appreciation of your dedication and outstanding leadership for the youth and senior citizens of Cobb County and the state of Georgia. And this is named after Winston Strickland. So we have Justice Benham Award named after him, and this award is named after Winston Strickland. And
good morning. I thank you for honoring Mr. Robert Bird. He's a co-worker of mine. He's my team leader. His group is the Flying Aces. He does a phenomenal job keeping these boys, giving them something to look forward to, instructing them, mentoring them. I support him by doing things like this when he's not here. But thank you so much for what you're doing and supporting our young people of today.
All right, so I get to do the fun stuff. How often is it that you have a room of about 400 people who come to hear students speak versus the room filled with students coming to hear adults speak? Okay? This is BUY-Cobb. It's what I love. I have a passion for it. The pride I feel just being able to talk about the students you just don't know. Okay? So the fun part for me is I get to recognize them. So we're going to start off with something that we call the Millionaire Mind competition. Every year, the students present ideas, kind of like Shark Tank. You've seen that program before? Okay. But we call it our Dolphin Tank. And the kids come in and they present their ideas for a business, either an actual business or a business that they'd like to have. And they tell the judges about it, and the judges quiz them on finance, they quiz them on marketing, they quiz them on all kinds of things that you would expect Shark Tank to do. And with that competition, we had a couple of very outstanding presentations. They were all outstanding, but two stood out. And so, if I could, I would like to have Ryan Richards and Reagan Johnson come forward. Now, in 10 seconds or less, Ryan, would you explain what your award-winning idea was? Come on.
Hi, my name is Ryan Richards, and my award-winning idea was a clothing brand called Z Culture, and we sold everything from customized clothes like two-piece sets, ripped jeans, and anything else you could think of.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hang on, Ryan. Reagan?
My name is Reagan Johnson, and my device is it's called the Track, and it's a temperature-regulated athletic calf kneader, and it basically reduces muscle soreness, and it's immobile and electric, so you don't need to plug it in or anything.
Okay, did you hear what they said? Clothing designs customized a health sports medicine apparatus. These weren't just ideas, they are functional. They actually work. She brought in parts of her clothing line. Reagan brought in the prototype for the actual apparatus. With that said, first place goes to Ms. Ryan Richards, and second place goes to Ms. Reagan Johnson. Okay, that's just Millionaire Minds. BUY-Cobb goes out and we mentor, we do all kinds of things. We're in middle schools, we're getting ready to get into elementary schools, but we're everywhere. And so one of the things that we like to look forward to is talking about one of our seniors that represent that BUY-Cobb spirit, that BUY-Cobb attitude. And you'll see at the end what we're talking about when we talk about that BUY-Cobb attitude. And this year, we'd like to award the BUY-Cobb Factor Award to our senior, Daniel Kumi. Daniel's like the other son to me. I've watched this young man grow. It's a good thing. And then I get to do one more honor, and that honor is to discuss the Willie Hill Memorial Scholarship. We've already alluded to Willie Hill, but some of you who don't know, Willie Hill was an educator in Cobb County area. This morning, at the same time that the breakfast was going, there's a small park that sits across from Zion Baptist Church on Lemon Street, and it's dedicated to Willie Hill. That park was being cleaned up this morning by other people at the same time this was going on. So I'm just letting you know that Willie Hill has a legacy and a presence that continues to this day. Willie Hill was an instrumental part of BUY-Cobb and its formation. So that said, the Willie Hill Memorial Scholarship goes to none other than BUY-Cobb's Vice President, Christopher Brazil. Another young man that I've watched grow literally over the years. Dr. Johnson, we have another little fun thing. We're going to do a little raffle here. You all didn't get raffle tickets because this is a student recognition breakfast. The students got raffle tickets. So we're going to pull a little raffle for them. I get to pull it? Sure. Okay. 1, 2, 2. That's 1. Call the names. Okay. And our winners are Denny Patterson and Talia Hamilton. You're going to see Dr. Johnson after the program. Hang on, Dr. Johnson, just 1 second. Now, part of the reason I brought Dr. Johnson on stage is because she does not like to come on stage. Dr. Johnson is the director of the BUY-Cobb Leadership Academy. Who took over in January of 2017, and she hasn't been on stage once since then. But I brought Dr. Johnson on stage because last year I gave her my Wakanda, love and that type of thing. But this year I just want to do a little more for her. Sucker. Some of you understand that I used to work for the federal government. When the federal government gives away presents and things at retirements and special occasions, my agency, they gave away an eagle. And the eagle represented soaring. The eagle represented commitment. The eagle represented strength, vitality, agility. All of those things represent Dr. Cara Johnson. So I present to Dr. Johnson her eagle.
All right, since I was forced on stage, I might as well say a few words to you. While I'm standing, I want to have the students stand with me, please. What I do, I definitely do for them, and I do it with all of you. This is an organization about unity in our community. Started 25 or so years ago by our founders, but we carry on that legacy each and every month when we meet, and we definitely could not do it without all of you, so thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your contributions. And I just want to, again, salute these guys, and I want to salute a couple more people. I have to say that my mother, Wilma Robinson, if she can stand wherever she is, along with Dr. Shipley. A few years ago, they said, well, would you like to be the director? And I said, well, I'll do it on a trial basis until you find somebody else. And, Dr. Shipley reminds me all the time that there is nobody else. So I'm here for a while. And I'd also like to recognize Mr. Mike Howard, part of the Breakfast Committee, Miss Natalie Smith, Miss Shawana Richards, and people who have always had my back and done whatever I've asked. Bill Cheeks right here in the front, Walter Robinson, Bill Wilkerson, wherever you are, Gary Ludgood, and all the rest of the BUY-Cobb members. Am I forgetting anybody? Hopefully I didn't forget anybody. But again, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And thank you, students. I do it for you.
Faith, speak up.
What do you mean speak up? I'm being loud enough already.
No, you're not. They can't even hear you back there.
Daniel, you're embarrassing me here.
Faith, this is a leadership breakfast. Come on.
Fine. Hi, my name is Faith Kumi, and I am a sophomore at Marietta High School.
Hi, my name is Daniel Kumi, and I'm a senior at Marietta High School. And if you couldn't already tell, we're siblings.
Even though we're very different people, we both use our voice to express ourselves.
My sister Faith uses her voice to sing songs in our school chorus.
My brother Daniel uses his voice to create videos for Blue Devil News as senior producer.
Faith uses her voice to communicate with others and work effectively in Marietta's Distributive Education Clubs of America chapter.
Daniel uses his voice to stand up for what he believes in.
You see, having a voice isn't about being the loudest in the room or drawing the most attention.
Having a voice can be something to sing,
Something to film,
something to say,
or something to believe in.
and rising up to display that.
Our voice has helped us articulate
A vision,
a staircase that can lead the blind. Organization, the right order, the right time,
with actions aligned. Integrity,
doing the right thing even if no one is aware. Connecting to others by communicating. Something to share.
Executing our dreams into plans.
And becoming leaders in today's society, turning I can't into I can.
So I encourage everyone in this audience to
Speak up for what you believe in.
and speak up for what you want to achieve. You know, I once heard before that just because something is finished does not mean it's completed.
Although my time learning leadership skills with my BUY-Cobb colleagues is over, I'd like to thank BUY-Cobb and I thank Marietta for allowing my sister and I to
Speak up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, such powerful voices. Can they please get another round of applause? You know, I was really impressed by their speech. They cooperate so well together. Now, if you try to get me and my brother to do something like that, that would have gone south quickly. So how are we doing so far? For those who thought they were just gonna dine and dash, sit back down, don't head for the exit, we still have a lot left on our program. Up next, we have a few more presentations by Najwa Smith and Janiyah Richards. Now, please give it up for Najwa Smith.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to take the time to properly introduce myself to you. My name is Najwa Smith. I'm a 10th grader at Marietta High School, and I'm now on my 6th year here at BUY-Cobb Leadership Academy. Every month, when it's time to attend a session, my attitude is that I get to go, not that I have to go. I see it as a bridge that's leading me to the next step, whatever that may be. Each year, through the guidance of the members and the friendships that I developed along the way. I'd like to talk to you about using your voice as a means of leadership. I know that this doesn't always come natural, but I do know that in order to be heard, one needs to utilize this tool. I've heard that the expression, closed mouths don't get fed. I believe this is to be true. That's why I always speak up, because I love to eat. Collectively, our students came up with an acronym for VOICE. I'd like to share with you what this means to me personally. I found that some of the most successful people are organized, and are constantly getting things in order. These are the people that wake up early to start their day. These are the students that decide to attend BUY-Cobb Leadership Academy every Saturday morning once a month. They're getting tips on scholarships and listening to motivational speakers while some of their friends are just home asleep. Without organization and prioritization, you can't effectively work towards your goal. Always be honest and do the right thing. It's said that character is doing what's right when no one is looking. However, my mom says that someone is always watching. Whenever I have a decision to make, I think about that, and it motivates me to choose wisely. Sometimes I fall short of this, but I learn from my mistakes. I recently started a new job that I really like. As I'm learning more each day, I realize that I don't ever want to be in a situation where someone questions my work ethic or wonders what my intentions are. I made a commitment to do what is asked of me and always be honest, because I know that this is how I will someday be successful. There are many different ways to communicate, be it verbal or nonverbal. Think for a moment how a person becomes president, how an artist can become a well-known artist, how an author can become a bestseller. It all comes down to effective communication, no matter what instrument you use as your voice. I know that some people don't like to speak or perform in front of others, but you have to get out of your comfort zone in order to get to the next level. I've heard one of my mentors say that sometimes. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm gonna let that sit there for a second. If you spend all your time creating a vision, organizing your affairs, moving with integrity, and speaking up for yourself, it only seems logical that you will take the final step to execute all your goals. Anything other than that would be a waste of time. What's your plan? What's your next move to success? How will you position yourself for leadership? If you sit down and do nothing, time will fly by, opportunities will be missed, and then you will realize how much time has been wasted. I don't want this for you. I don't want this for you. You're in the land of the living, which means you still have time. My name is Nigel Smith, and I plan to keep using my voice. Thank you.
Good morning. Finding one's voice is not an easy task for most. For some, it can take years of practice, stumbling, and searching before even coming close. My name is Janiyah Richards. Proudly, I'm in my freshman year at Allatoona High School. I have also been a part of BUY-Cobb for 4 years now, and this program has taught me to use my unique voice. A portion of BUY-Cobb's mission is to encourage youths in our community to have integrity and to always present ourselves through executing effective communication. I've learned that finding your voice doesn't mean you have to give inspirational speeches in front of hundreds of people. It can be as simple as giving a platform to your passions. For instance, my passions are math and music. I have the ability to use these two sources as my voice to touch the lives of people I encounter. My strength in math allows me to help someone get to the next level by tutoring them and making myself available when needed. By this, not only will I develop a new relationship, but I also get to give back. Regarding my passion for music, I'm sure you've all heard the saying, music is universal. I found this to be true in so many ways. It doesn't matter if I'm by myself, with a friend, or in a room full of strangers, music has a way of connecting people. I appreciate the blends, the harmonies, the bass, treble, lyrics, instruments, and how they all come together to create a beautiful voice of its own. Through my experiences playing the tuba and singing in chorus, I get to use my voice to communicate my feelings through song. And I guess they heard me loud and clear because I have been invited to join the Georgia Ambassadors of Music Tour in Europe. Author Stephen Covey states, "Find your voice and inspire others to find theirs." I am honored that people actually take the time to listen, enjoy, and hopefully walk away inspired enough to take their crafts to the next level. Today, I can honestly say that I've got to know some of my best friends through music, and I believe that there is no better reward than positive relationships. I have my voice to thank for that. Thank you.
What powerful speakers. Can we please give Najwa and Janiyah a hand? I really enjoyed Najwa's speech. Me and him have something in common. I like to eat too. Up next, we have another duo. Two amazingly talented people, Ryan Richards and Erin Mintley, who have worked together to write their own very song, Brand New Leader. Please give it up for them.
A, Killer E, KB, BUY-Cobb, leadership, leader. L is for lead, E is extreme, A we get after, college degree, cha-ching, E is extravagant, R as in rapping, failure not having it, we're leaders with standards. L is for lead, E is extreme, A we get after, college degree, cha-ching, E is extravagant, R as in rapping, failure not having it, we're leaders with standards. Okay. As I walk in the halls to get to my class, to walk on the wall, they're moving too fast. Gotta learn some lessons first. Lesson in leaders class, becoming a leader. It's hard work, but we can defeat it like snow, dirt. Life can be cold and snow in a shirt. Real leaders, they go to church. L is for lead, E is extreme, A we get after, college degrees, cha-ching, E is extravagant, R as in rapping, failure not having it, we're leaders with standards. L is for lead, E is extreme, A we get after, college degrees, cha-ching, E is extravagant, R as in rapping, failure not having it, we're leaders with standards.
Can't tell me what to do.
Period.
I make my own.
Okay.
Can't have no negative energy. Got next to me, and I'm a LEADER.
Show the world what leaders are. A, L is for lead, E is extreme, A we get after, college degrees, cha-ching, E is extravagant, R as in rapping, failure not having it, we're leaders with standards. L is for lead, E is extreme, A we get after, college degrees, cha-ching, E is extravagant, R as in rapping, failure not having it, we're leaders with standards. Thank you, BUY-Cobb. My name is Erin Mintley, aka Killer E.
And my name is Ryan Richards, aka KB.
And remember, you can lead the world. Period.
Wow, that was something. That was great. Can they please give another round of applause? Sadly, this is my final time coming on this stage. I know. Before I leave this stage for a final time, I would like to take a minute to address my members of BUY-Cobb. Students of BUY-Cobb, we made it. After 10 a.m. today, we officially have our Saturdays back. I thought I'd never see a day like this, where I finally get to sleep in on Saturday mornings. I'm so proud of us. Like famous poet and illustrator Drake once said, we started from the bottom. We truly did indeed start from the bottom. Now it looks like the whole team's here. Anyways, thank you guys for having me. It's been a great honor to be your master of ceremonies this morning. For one of our final acts, we have 3 talented students you're gonna hear from today. Reggie Johnson, Alexis Samuels, and Reagan Johnson. Then, you'll wanna stay seated for our finale, Ashton Mathis, who will be singing an original song, Lord Tell Me. Again, my name is Wrigley Swan, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this amazing breakfast.
Good morning. My name is Reginald Johnson. I'm a junior at Harrison High School, and I currently serve as student treasurer of BUY-Cobb Leadership Academy. We are living in a day and age where people have the freedom to choose who they want to be, where they want to live, and even the profession they like to work in. Now, while having choices is great, achieving our goals is not as simple as just making a choice. The sometimes overlooked element to achieving our goal is execution. Execution is the implementation of a goal, idea, or commitment put into action. Execution, to me personally, is a long undertaking that requires not perfection, not even excellence, but a realistic vision followed through with a lot of effort. What I want to be, where I want to be, and how I want to get there all requires a strong execution. When talking about the power of an idea being carried out, author Sue Grafton once said, "Ideas are easy. It's the execution of ideas that really separates the good from the great." I'll tell you right now, I'm trying to be great. This is primarily the reason I commit myself to challenging courses like Honors and AP. This helps build the character I need to represent myself as a young leader in my community. A few examples of my commitment to this are the summer internships I've done, college leadership courses on the campus of Rhodes College and Yale, and lastly, being an active member in the BUY-Cobb Leadership Academy. CEO Mike Hurd put it well when he said, "Without execution, vision is just another word for hallucination." That's why when I set a goal, I don't just sit back and wait. I get up and I work towards carrying it out. I urge all of you to do the same. Let's not sit and wait for our plans to come together, but instead, let's be determined to get them done. It may take a while, and it may be hard to get, but with patience and a continuous amount of effort, we will accomplish anything we set our mind to. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Alexis Samuels, and I am a junior at South Cobb High School. You can tell a lot by the tone of someone's voice. For instance, we all know our mother's voice, right? I know I can tell my mother's voice from miles away. Whether we're in a grocery store, a crowded parking lot, anywhere there's a lot of people, I know exactly who called me. And not just because of her thick New York accent, just because it's the voice I've been hearing for almost 17 years. Everybody can testify in here that we can tell someone's exact feeling by the tone of the voice. It's almost like we can tell the future when it comes to talking to our mother. We can tell when she's happy, sad, or whatever we're about to ask is a no. In another situation, you and your friend are talking, and she says, "Girl, you already know. Whatever she's about to say is about to be some real good tea." Lastly, for all my churchgoers, we all know when the pastor's voice gets really loud and the pianist is playing between every 3 words, he's at the most important part of his sermon. But when his voice gets lower and the pianist starts playing that slow praying music, you know it's almost time to go. I provided some everyday scenarios we use the way we can interpret someone's voice. There is power within a voice, your voice. You can use your voice to empower people, and you can also use your voice to revoke people. But the only person to decide how you use your voice is you. I saw a picture of 2 roses. One rose was beautiful, and the other one was broken off and dead. I kept reading, and it said both of the roses were taken care of properly for 7 days. The only difference in their care was the voice speaking to them. The beautiful rose had a positive voice speaking to them. "I love you, you're beautiful." And the broken off rose had a negative voice speaking to them. "I hate you, you're not enough." I told you this story to show you how powerful your voice really is. So powerful that you can even affect the way a rose grows. Just think about what you can do with your voice if you chose for others to hear what you have to say. I'd like to leave you with this quote by Malala Yousafzai. When the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Reagan Johnson, and I've been a part of BUY-Cobb for 4 years now. As a freshman student at Harrison High School, juggling many hats, it is very important I have a clear vision for accomplishing my goals. When I heard about our theme this year, I instantly jumped at the opportunity to be able to speak about vision. Vision is turning nothing into something. Some people say vision is just another term for daydreaming. I disagree. If you cannot see something when it is not there, how will it ever be there? The fact is, it won't. A vision is an idea that seems so powerful to you, it seems real before it even becomes tangible. Steve Jobs was a college dropout and started a small business in his garage. No one believed in his vision. His legacy is now worth $10.2 billion. Abraham Lincoln ran for various offices and lost 8 times. He then became President of the United States of America. Thomas Edison was once told by his teachers, and I quote, that he was too stupid to learn anything. He then went on to hold more than 1,000 patents. My goal is to one day be added to this list of successful people who everyone will talk about for years to come. I'm currently trying to attain a patent for a product I've engineered and have plans on manufacturing for my upcoming business. Along with this, I have a few other projects I would love to bring to fruition. This includes obtaining a grant for a huge charity fundraising event I plan on producing and performing in a show in none other than New York City in July. Without my persistent vision and will to work to see these through to the end, I may have never accomplished these things. I will continue to visualize what I want and map out a plan to achieve it. But don't just take it from me. I'd like to direct your attention to my fellow BUY-Cobb students. We're not more talented than anyone else, or necessarily smarter or more privileged. However, what I do know is we've been taught not to settle, to work hard, and to put in the extra hours. We will envision greater goals than the others and work towards them unapologetically. And this is what separates the great from the average. You must have a vision before you expect any outcome. Steve Jobs, Thomas Edison, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Abraham Lincoln. Next up, Reagan Johnson. Or maybe you, or you, or you. We all want to be there, right? The question is, who is going to work hard and use their voice to do so? I know I will. Thank you.
Lord, tell me what to do. I need you in my life. Lord, I worship you. Whisper in my ear, please tell me. Lord, tell me what to do. I need you in my life. Lord, I worship you. Whisper in my ear, please tell me. Lord, I hear your voice, sounds like music. You're my only choice, you drew the blueprints. My ears are open, Lord, please tell me. Lord, you make me strong when I'm down and weak. Some days are real long. Lord, you make them sweet. Can't wait to hear your voice, please tell me. Lord, tell me what to do. I need you in my life. Lord, I worship you. Whisper in my ear, please tell me. Lord, tell me what to do. I need you in my life. Lord, I worship you. Whisper in my ear, please tell me. Lord, you make it right when things go so wrong. I feel you deep inside. My heart is your home. I'm ready to listen, Lord. Please tell me. No matter what I'm going through, Lord, take control. I belong to you. I'm ready to listen, Lord. Please tell me. Lord, tell me what to do. I need you in my life. Lord, I worship you. Whisper in my ear, please tell me. Lord, tell me what to do. I need you in my life. Lord, I worship you. Whisper in my ear, please tell me.
Success may come and go, but integrity is forever.
You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Find your voice and inspire others to find theirs.
Where there is vision, there will be provision. Be phenomenal or be provided.
Nobody can go back inside in the beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new beginning.
Create, build, and better the world around you.
Without execution, vision is just another word for hallucination.
You must have a vision before you expect any outcome.
When the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes power.
Speak up for what you believe in.
You must decide to lead, to follow, or to get out of the way.
Everyone, no matter how old or how young, has value, and their voice should be heard.
Ladies and gentlemen, give the voices of tomorrow a big round of applause. Give it up. Repeat after me. I am the voice of tomorrow. I am taught to teach. I am led to lead. How I act will determine what I attract. How I dress will determine how I am addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, something happens many times in life, and we hear it today. People talk about what's wrong with the youth of today. But today, we present to you what is right. Give them another round of applause. And as I am sitting here on one leg because I ruptured my quadricep, and I need the support just to stand. But just like I need the support to stand today, our young people need the support for them to stand out. And today we present to you the future. Mr. Roy Barnes, you may be looking at the next governor up here. Chief Justice Robert Benham, you may be looking at the next Supreme Court Justice. But the beautiful thing about this process is that we may not be the future, but today we have an opportunity to touch the future. And in doing that, I found something that's so key. How many of us in this room have a cell phone? Raise your hands. How many of you, like me, have an old flip phone? Hold on, let me tell you. Yeah, this is an old flip phone. But there's something about this little flip phone. If I were to pull this out, somebody say, Mike, you need to upgrade. Say upgrade.
Upgrade.
Let's say it like we mean to say upgrade.
Upgrade.
Yes. See, we teach our young people to upgrade their thoughts. We teach them to upgrade their vision. We teach them to upgrade their voices. And today, you have experienced just a glimpse of the future. So when you leave out of here, we want you to feel good about the future and what's ahead. And the audience, I want you to say this if you can with me. Say, imagine. Let's say it like we mean it. Say, imagine. Imagine if, when you were their age, if you had someone to share this type of experience, this leadership academy, this information with you, where will we be? Wow. So I say to you, it's not just about the voices that we speak, it's the voices that we hear. We teach them certain things, like, for example, repeat after me. Sometimes we win.
Sometimes we win.
And sometimes we learn.
And sometimes we learn.
The difference in learning and losing is our attitude. Oh, let's give them a little bit more. We also teach them this. If I do what is hard, my life becomes easy. But if I do what is easy, my life becomes hard. I think they need a little bit more. Let's give them a little bit more. Let's try this one. A bad attitude is like a flat tire. You're not going anywhere. Until you change it. Oh, I think we need to. And we teach our leaders this. Repeat after me. Always do more than is expected. See, that's what leaders do. We do more than is expected. You see, I spent my early years, many of you don't know this, as a computer programming engineer with IBM and NASA, the Space Shuttle program. I was part of that Space Shuttle team during the Space Shuttle Challenge explosion. And during that time, our mission was to conquer outer space. But for the last 20 years as a professional speaker and high achievement consultant, speaking to Fortune 500 companies, our goal today is to help organizations and individuals to conquer their inner space. These young people are getting ready to take it out of this world. And today we thank you for being a part of that process. Again, give yourselves a round of applause for being here. Give it up. And I'm going to ask you to do something. See, I used to walk around with seeds in my pocket. And people say, why do you walk around with seeds in your pocket? Because it's a reminder. It's a reminder that we are all born with greatness, but we must nurture that greatness. We need people to nurture that greatness. See, it was years ago when I graduated from high school, and I was the speaker, not the speaker, I was the invocation speaker for the graduation at the Atlanta Civic Center. But when I stood up, my mind sat down. I forgot the invocation. But I had a teacher, Mr. Wright, who believed in me. And although my head was down, he came to me and he said, you will get another chance one day in life. You will speak to the world. And I said to Mr. Wright, and I say to him now, and I've said to him since, Mr. Wright, you were right. Today, I thank you for being a part of the process to plant and nurture these seeds. And I'm going to ask you to do one more favor, if you feel moved to do so. To support us with your time, to support us with your financial contributions. We have envelopes on the table. And whatever you could do, if you feel like being a part of that process, please. Because these young people will benefit from that. Because what will happen, we will touch them. They will go back and touch someone else. Because think about it. Someone mentored Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Someone mentored Dr. Benjamin E. Mays. Someone mentored you. And we thank you for that which you do. So as we close, we're going to close with an affirmation. And I'm going to ask my young people to say this with all the power and conviction that they have. I want them to say it like they mean it. I want them to say it with enthusiasm. And then we're going to let you come up and meet these young leaders as we close. If that's okay, say that's okay.
That's okay.
If that's okay, say that's okay.
That's okay.
Okay. Leaders, repeat after me. We are We are
the voices
of the future. We realize that we impact the future. Leadership does not begin with the position that we hold, but it begins with the disposition that holds us. The future is higher, and we will be brighter. We can, we will, we must make a difference. Let's give them another big round of applause, please. And we thank you for being here today. And I'm going to ask that before you leave, come by and shake the hands of these leaders. Give them some words of encouragement. Continue to lift them up. You know why? Because if we don't lift them up, the world won't. We got to lift up our young people. Because, see, their input determines their output. So we got to make sure we give them words that will lift them up to be extraordinary. So I leave you with this. And I thank you for coming. And I say to you, that your Mondays are magnificent, and your Tuesdays are terrific. Your Wednesdays are wonderful, and your Thursdays are thrilling. Your Fridays are fabulous, and your Saturdays are superb. And your Sundays are spiritually fulfilling. My leaders, thank you. Thank you.